Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David here again at Roller Warehouse, and today we're talking about USD skates. We're going to compare and contrast the USD Classic Thrones, the USD UFS Thrones. Both are awesome skates. I mean, the Classic Thrones have been around since about the late 90s, so it's a tried and true boot. It's been around forever, and it still stands atop progressive skating. It's one of the best boots out there, in my humble opinion. But the UFS Thrones are awesome too. These were really made popular by, I think, Robert Leovanos was the first one I saw skating these skates, and I really wanted to get a pair after I saw him doing Cestalize and spinning hurricanes and all crazy stuff like that. So we're going to look at both of them, let you know which one you might like more. So this is the Classic Throne here, which is also a UFS skate. It's just not called the UFS Throne. That's what this one is. But it's the Classic Throne. It looks like the old coup d'etat skates, if you've seen those ones as well. But the main difference between these two skates is just the sole plates and a little bit in the boot mold, but not too much. Sole plate really has the wraparound tumor plates, which is this big wrapping kind of big chunky sole plate right there with a huge nasty groove, and it locks in really good right out of the bat. Boom. Just gives you a really classic feel. A lot of old school skaters will skate these skates because it just kind of reminds them of the good old days, But in comparison to the old skates, they've actually added this big piece here in the front too, which wraps around the top of the boot as well. So you're getting a little bit more negative plate and a little bit more of just the front sole plate with the newer style Classic Thrones. And it's just a good skate all around. USDs are solid. A lot of ankle support with these ones. They flex good too, but you don't need too much flex to get over like that. That's all you need then to get on the Royale plate or the backside plate. So, or to do a top side, you're just right there. So, a lot of ankle support, not as much flex, but like I said, you don't need too much of it. And these ones in particular are V-cut. Not all of them are V-cut, kind of mix and match, but this one is, so you get a little more give with that as well. So that's the Classic Throne, and then we're looking at the UFS Throne now, and these are known famously for the two-piece sole plate that's on here, or now known as the dual throne plate. And it's got a nice big groove too, but it's just a little bit different. It's kind of more of a, as you can see, this one kind of connects and it kind of rounds like that on the bottom of the boot, kind of comes up and rounds off to the end. This one's more of kind of a straight and then kind of cuts in straight again. So there's a little bit contrasting designs with the sole plate. This boot's also a little bit more narrow. If you look at it, it just kind of comes in toward the toe a little bit more. Might be kind of hard to see, but the toe box is a little bit smaller on this, so it's kind of more of a narrow boot as opposed to the Classic Throne. That one's a little bit wider. Other than that, like I said, Robert Leovanos used to do the craziest Cestalize spinning hurricanes with these things, so they're really good just for getting on top of ledges. You can lean in on it and then just slide like butter. It's crazy. A lot of people love these sole plates. People put these on like Deshi skates and other kind of USD skates, so these sole plates are pretty famous just for being awesome. So if you like a kind of a thinner style boot, you got like a kind of a slim foot, and you want to try these sole plates out because they're awesome for ledges, and they're good for rails too, don't get me wrong, but they're most famously known just for doing ledges, Cestalize and stuff like that, and it lasts forever. They got a big chunky spot right there, so it's not going to wear down that much, and it wraps around the boot so it protects your boot as well. So that's awesome. And also with ankle support too, they have really good ankle support. You can see it comes up pretty high. It's a pretty tall looking skate, so it's going to have a lot of support. And kind of like the Classic Thrones, you don't really need too much. I mean, you're not bending like crazy to get over on the Royale plate or to get on the side of the boot. So both of them are good. That's awesome. If you like ankle support, you like a lot of kind of stiffer skates, higher cut skates, USD is definitely the way to go. Or at least the USD Thrones, because if you get the carbon, that's kind of the opposite. They're a lot more. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I've just kind of compared these. If you have any other questions, you can call us up and talk to us. We're more than happy to help you out with anything else you need. But check them both out. This is the USD, this is the Low Max Throne, but it's a Classic Throne style skate. And this is an Evo, which is the UFS Throne. So check them out, both at rollerwarehouse.com.
Everyone would take a cue from anything you do. If you want